Steph Hodge with BoardGameGeek here with Thomas Compton and Josh Dirksen of Lynn Vander Studios. And we are looking at Super Camelot.
Super Camelot.
Super Camelot. Yeah, we got to do the voice.
Yeah, Super Camelot. So, Super Camelot. Want to talk
Yeah,
about Super Camelot?
This is a really fun little 8-bit game that really harkens back to like the 90s side-scrolling Super Nintendo era games.
This looks like my kind of game.
There's some very fun homages to like the classics of that
Zelda.
era.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think you can tell kind of by looking at it that we were very inspired by old Zelda games, right? It's got that vibe. But it's a King Arthur theme.
Nice.
The core concept of the game is you're running around the forest, either trying to find 3 relics, find the tiles that have the relics so that you can unlock the keep and retrieve the Holy Grail. We've got the Holy Grail token in the middle there. Yep. Or you have to be the first to amass 40 gems, and players hide them behind these little gem screens so that no one can know how much treasure you've got going. And basically on your turn, you do 3 actions. You get to move, you roll the dice to cut bushes, and you roll the dice to slay the various enemies you come across. Yep. And you get cards that tell you what loot drops. So we've got the different kinds of gems, and there's all kinds of...
Litter is small, but can have monsters in it.
Sometimes the knights jump out of the bushes on you, which is real funny.
Potions. You got your small treasures, you got your bows,
and the
your
treasure
power
chests
gloves.
you can't open until you've found keys. So you'll have these treasure chests that you've discovered on tiles, but then they give you better items that improve your abilities and are also worth some treasure
Small
to the
treasure,
other.
big treasure.
Yes, there's one big treasure chest which has a big key. So if you find the big key and take it to the big chest, you and only you can open the big prize. And I said you need 40 to win. The big treasure is like 20 of that score.
So that's
the biggest value you can
20
get.
20 gems is what it says.
Half your winning total, yeah.
You're playing some of the classic Arthurian characters. You got 8-bit Merlin, 8-bit King Arthur, 8-bit Lancelot, 8-bit Guinevere, 8-bit Isolde.
And this game we did on the Kickstarter, we had a 5 and 6 player expansion as well. It's normally 2 to 4 players. And when the Kickstarter adds 5 more playable characters, then ups the player count to 6 because it adds enough tokens. So you'll notice we've got like these lovely 3D bushes which populate the game board. And then there's a bunch of different enemies and so on. And the 5 and 6 player expansion adds enough components to have everything kind of going at once.
And much like the homage to the old video games, when you leave one board and go into the other, that's when you populate the board.
Yeah.
So you walk
only
into
the tiles that people are on have stuff on them.
And then you put them in, right?
We call that the RAM.
Yeah.
You can't keep it all in RAM.
Now, if you leave the board, it's as if it doesn't exist anymore. So if you've cleared the board and then you go 1, 2, and then you go back, it repopulates again.
Oh my God.
Much like
where people are standing or no?
No, empty tiles. So if you abandon a tile and then come back, it's reset.
There's no players on the tile, and you can do that to some players too. Like a player's going to walk in, it's
I
empty,
see, because
comes
these
in,
are the nights that
repopulates.
you made
Absolutely.
happen.
Yeah, that's right.
I see what you're saying.
So it's kind of like the old video game where you go back and forth, and every time you go to reset the screen, it resets the monsters. It's like, oh, he's back again, It's
and you start at the keep at the beginning of the game, and you work your way outward. So there are 16 forest tiles, and the biggest the board can get is a 4x4 square. So you're kind of doing the ring around the keep, trying to find
there is
the
a
other
limit
stuff.
to your expansion.
And all of the other, look, there's the big chest.
Oh,
very big chest.
Very big. Yeah.
It's very big chest. There are the other relics which you need to find in order to be able to open the keep. And we've got a couple of other tiles. So you never quite know how the forest is going to grow or how that's going to work out. You want to show those?
Yeah.
So this game, it was on Kickstarter. It is a Catalyst Game Labs game. It's kind of outside of their wheelhouse compared to BattleTech and Shadowrun and some of the other more gritty things. They wanted to try something new. This Kickstarter was accidentally launched by the owner of Catalyst on us at Gen Con last year, forcing us to be in our hotel room all night to get the campaign up to snuff.
That happened.
But now it's completed, and all of the games themselves are in the warehouse and are just waiting for a small Shadowrun debacle to be cleared up, to get sent out. And then once that's fulfilled, it'll hit retail markets. I believe the goal is this will be released at Gen Con this year. So
it should be.
This will be
sitting in the warehouse.
And
it's already landed.
Point?
Like $34, $34.99.
I think so.
It's very cheap for what you're getting.
And it says 2 to 4 players in 30 to 40 minutes. That's totally
It's a quick
reasonable.
little game.
Yeah. It's a fast, fun. Yeah, there's someone saying a small Shadowrun debacle. Yeah, it's kind of a big Shadowrun debacle, but it's getting cleared up. Up. There's a game plan in place now, so we're happy.
There is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps
So
a lot.
and that's Super Camelot.
So we hope to look for that at Gen Con.
Gen Con.
Yep.
And thereafter in the online
in the
stores.
stores.
And we've been running demos of
website.
it here all weekend as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to come by and check out the game and get a chance to play it, we've got it running.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's that. Oh, and then speaking of Shadowrun Sprawl Hops, well, we happen to have Shadowrun Sprawl Hops here.
Or at least the retail version.
This is the retail version. The actual Kickstarter version is dealing with the debacle, which
Yes.
is it was shipped out twice, so they're trying to get the copies back to reship it out again.
It's a mess.
It's a mess, but the mess is being cleaned, and we have a plan.
And soon people will have their game, hopefully.
This is Shadowrun Sprawl Ops. Dylan was supposed to mention this on the last feed.
Yeah, because his name's on the box.
But he was so excited about Evil Dead 2, he just forgot to bring it up and talk about it. But Shadowrun Sprawl Ops, for everyone, is a competitive push-your-luck dice worker placement game set in the famous Shadowrun Cyberpunk universe. And it is now retail available. It's going out to stores not right yet, but it will be retail available really soon. The fulfillment for the Kickstarter is happening currently. Most of the US has been fulfilled. We're now fulfilling EU and Canada, and it will be done very shortly. Thank you so much for all your patience, everyone. It's been an absolute crazy ride with what happened.
You'll get it soon.
You'll get it soon. Yes, you will.
That's
We've got it. And that's it. That's Shadowrun Sprawl Ops,
Perfect.
Super Camelot, and Evil Dead 2.
Coming soon.
And tomorrow we'll talk about Buffy.
Oh, excellent.
With Buffy guests.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Well, thank you so much, guys.